Hi Renee, thanks for interviewing with us today.
Hi Christina, thanks for having me.
So a lot of times it's hard for people to know what career they want to go into. How did you know that you wanted to become an engineer?
Oh, that's a really good question because it really is hard to decide what career that you want to go into. So first of all, I liked math and science. Math and science is so much a part of engineering, even if you don't emphasize the technical aspect, that you really need to know math and science and like it. But beyond the math and science, I would say that what engineering talked to me at another level. So I would look at the products of the engineering world out there and I would enjoy them.
What about schooling? What type of schooling is required and what type of schooling would you actually recommend?
Okay, required, I'd say a bachelor. So if you see an ad out there that says, associate's degree, I would take that a little skeptically, a little. But so bachelor's degree, and then if you really want to get ahead and really get a little bit farther in the field, then I would say master's degree would be a good idea.
Okay, so a master's will help you to get better jobs or better promotions?
Better jobs, better promotions, and then also the master's degree has a different emphasis. So the master's degree teaches you how to learn and how to figure it out for yourself. And that's really important in engineering because a lot of the times the problem you're working on, if it's really that interesting, it hasn't been solved before. So having that skill set is really good.
That's a good skill set for any career.
True it is. A lot of the things that I've learned as an engineer, I've been able to take and parallel that out into the rest of the world.
So there's a lot of different types of engineers too, right?
Yes, there's lots of different types of engineers.
Could you tell us a little of the different areas?
Sure. There's some basic areas, the electrical engineer, the chemical engineer, the mechanical engineer, what else?
Civil engineering?
Civil engineering, yeah. So those are really kind of like the basic old-fashioned, categories of engineers. But over time, there's become a hybrid forms that kind of came up, and I'm not talking about hybrid cars, I'm talking about hybrids of engineering. So things like, you could do biomedical. And biomedical is like electrical, mechanical, and biology brought together into one place. And you can do computer engineering, which is a spin-off of electrical engineering, really, and computer science. There's aerospace, which is mechanical mixed with electrical, and aerospace type sciences like astronomy, that kind of thing. And environmental, that's a very popular one right now, environmental.
Well, what about the day-to-day life of an engineer? So there's a nice product you get, but what do you have to go through every day?
It depends on the engineer. In the beginning, it's a little bit more structured. You're given an assignment, you're more task-driven. Do this. It looks a little bit more like what you might be doing in school. But then as you mature in the field, it changes. And so it can turn into lots of different things. It can turn into management opportunities. It can turn into think tank type opportunities. So, there are engineers that are paid out there, and these are not the majority, of course, but there are engineers that are paid out there to just dream up new ideas. And I know somebody that works for Disney, and
I was
he goes
just about
out
to
there.
say Imagineering,
and he gets to ride the rides. He goes into Disneyland every morning, and he rides all the rides that he's in charge of, and just decides whether there needs to be something new done to it. So that's kind of cool. Then there's the engineers that run companies. There are the engineers that talk to boards of directors. There are engineers that are department managers, which I did for a number of years.
So what would you say it takes to be successful as an engineer?
What does it take to be successful? Well, I would say engineers work in teams, right? So yes, there is that stereotype of stick the guy in the office, or gal, but this is an old stereotype, so guy, stick them in the office and then slide the assignment under the door and they'll slide the answer back, and that's pretty rare. that you can, you know, that's actually going to work out there in the real world, because it's a team sport. It takes lots of people to do an engineering project, and so they need to be able to work together. You really need to kind of work with the soft skills and develop the soft skills and learn to work in teams.
That's probably something they don't tell you in school.
They don't. Yeah, they don't. But they're getting better about that. I have been called in to some of the universities, some of the better ones, and they do these team projects and that sort of thing. So they're getting better.
Oh, that's really good.
Yeah.
So do you have any other tips out for the aspiring engineers out there?
Tips for the aspiring engineer. Let's see. I would say be aware of your strengths and weaknesses, but don't get too stuck on them. You know, bolster your weaknesses for sure. Be aware and leverage your strengths. But really what you're looking for is a good match. A environment where there's a sense of mutual respect and they work with you and where you can shine. I don't think every environment's right for every person, and I don't think it's a direct reflection on the person if the environment's not a matchup. It's just kind of, okay, this isn't, you know, an environment where there's a sense of mutual respect and ability to leverage each other. Let's go find one that is. I know now not, you know, what to look for as far as that goes. So I would say find your match. Find your match in the field.
Great. Well, thanks for interviewing with us today again.
Thank you. It was fun.